this year, a Dutch girl named Laura Dekker became the youngest person to sail solo around the world in her yacht called Gubby.
For many people, especially teenagers, she's a heroine. For others, she's not brave, she's foolish. So for this week's podcast on English.com, we're asking if Laura's adventure was a good or bad thing to do.
Well, it certainly was an adventure, wasn't it, Richard? She finished the journey at the age of 16, but she started it on the 21st of August 2010.
Yes, a month before her 15th birthday.
But in fact, she wanted to do the journey a year earlier in 2009 when she was just 13. Imagine.
That time, she was stopped by the Dutch government, who said she was far too young. Now the journey is over, some are saying she was still too young to do it.
Well, what do you think, Richard?
Well, she comes from a sailing family and has lots of experience. She also seems very adult, so I think it was okay.
Yes, but she isn't an adult, Richard, is she? In the UK, for example, you can't make your own independent decisions until you're 18, when you can vote and get married. You can't even drive a car until you're 17, and yet at 14 she started a journey to sail around the world.
However, the fact that she did it proves she is capable. It's great that someone is so keen to try such things. We should support them and not stop them.
Although she did it, I think she was still too young to fully understand the dangers. I mean, luckily there was no problems on the journey.
Yes, but the experience she had on that journey is more than most people have in a lifetime.
Yeah, I agree, but the experience can wait a few years. In the Netherlands, remember, she's Dutch, children should be in full-time education until they're 16. She did very little studying while at sea.
There's plenty of time for her to catch up on her education now that she's back on dry land.
I can't see her returning to the classroom after this, can you? In addition, I think she did it at this age so that she could be the youngest person to sail around the world and get some publicity. You know, there are cases of 13-year-olds climbing Mount Everest. I mean, is it a good idea to have children competing like this?
Her parents supported her 100%, and they know her best. She's an independent, talented girl because of them.
No, I disagree. Allowing your 14-year-old child to sail around the world solo is not being supportive. It's irresponsible. They have more money than sense.
On the other hand, it's not always safe on land either.
True, but I still think it's better to do this as a young adult and not as a child.
So what do you, the listeners, think? Was Laura a brave young woman or a lucky girl who should be at school? Write in and tell us what you think.